Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Weenus, and I am joined tonight by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Arrow. Hello, Arrow.
Hello, Weenus. How are you this evening, Weenus?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. It's Saturday. Had fun in the sun. How are you, my friend?
You know what? I gotta say, very much the same. It was a pleasant day. Hiding out from the corona, hanging out at home in the nice weather out here on the East Coast.
Excellent. Yes. That sounds delightful. Well, we have a heroic matchup this evening between Choking Hazards and CPogX Fanclub, and oh my goodness, that logo, Arrow.
Wait, which one?
Both. But before the match, we started streaming this tonight. I just glanced up on my second monitor, expecting to see Arrow, and it's the CPogX Fan Club logo large, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what is Arrow doing? I like this."
I have to say, I am feeling a little overdressed right now.
Should we take off our shirts for this? Maybe not. Maybe yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
It sounds like a good idea, but it's probably not.
All right. Maybe next time. Let's just review the maps real quick. The teams are ready to go. Let's just review what happened real quick. All right, so the coin flip was lost by Choking Hazards. CPogX Fan Club decided that they wanted first hero pick for Game 1. They banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen, Alterac Pass. And then Choking Hazards, they banned out Dragonshire Cursed Hollow and are taking us to Infernal Shrines for Game Numero Uno. I'm excited. And I think we're all ready to go. So, shall we into match number 1?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to click the button, and then we're all just going to wait 4 seconds. And maybe now. Oh, there we go. Infernal Shrine. Shui says, I think it's against the rules, guys. Yeah, it probably isn't there a rule about... never mind.
I think as long as we're, like, above a certain threshold, we're good.
I'll just have to, like, crop Arrow's camera just a little bit like that, and then I think we'll be okay. And maybe my camera would have to be cropped like definitely like this, so you can just see my eyes. Hello. All right.
Nice.
Enough of that. All right. So this is heroic division. So I unfortunately will not be able to give any feedback that is of value. Hopefully, I can give some comments that are entertaining, but fans of the team can come here and at least watch these games being played. Arrow, a much keener, sharper mind, will probably have better input. We do have Sylvanas, Abathur, and Greymane already banned out. Arrow, in your opinion, are these meta bans for this division, or is it target bans, or both? What do you think?
I think a little bit of both, most likely. Sylvanas is a strong hero, especially on Infernal Shrines, where she can shut down a tower to aid a Punisher. With the tower changes and the fort changes, Sylvanas' value just went through the roof. But on top of that, pushing with a Punisher is very difficult because it doesn't take the tower shots for you anymore. So you got to be a little bit careful. It's going to be the Tracer coming out, the old Hermes version of Tracer.
My goodness. And I believe it's the level 13 talent that is still banned for NGS. So we got to make sure that doesn't get picked up. Hopefully they remember as well.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
But this is the end of the first week where Tracer is available, so exciting to see her in a match being played. ETC and Malfurion. So some CC coming out here from Choking Hazards. What do you think is the best counter to Tracer? I personally don't really know, but maybe hard CC?
I think the best counter to Tracer is banning Tracer. Pretty much.
Absolutely. If you ban Tracer, there's 100% chance that the other team will not be able to play Tracer against you that game, right?
100% chance that they can't win with the Tracer.
True.
There is that. I mean, I think that you still see heroes, in theory, like ETC can still provide some value, right? If Tracer tries to come in, a quick reflex on ETC might be able to lock down the Tracer just long enough to get that kill. Taunt variant certainly can work. Your point and clicks, Uther. Are we going to see some of that here? Not necessarily, right? I mean, we've got the ETC. She can recall out of Malfurion's roots. And with her rework now, her recall is on a shorter cooldown. The level 20 got adjusted, so it's actually a fair bit better, all the way back to how it was in the very beginning for her. But we're going to see Mephisto and Maiev banned out, and I really like the Maiev ban. The potential combo with the Malfurion roots and the ETC, like a Mosh Pit, would, with that Warden's Cage, would be absolutely phenomenal. So they just said, you know what, let's just get rid of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they're going to pick up some other kind of, maybe some wave clear here, maybe Jaina, I don't know. Maybe a Leoric. Leoric always good on the shrines and adding an additional layer. But no, it's going to be Junkrat and Vala. Excellent. You get some poke with Junkrat, a little bit of a quasi auto attack mage, and then Vala is straight up AA. Try to burn them down. And what happens in a Vala versus Tracer matchup if they're both just pounding each other with bullets and arrows?
I mean, that's a really good question. I don't know necessarily directly if they're both just facing off, right? Because Tracer got the value of lifesteal on her auto attacks. Eventually, Vala can too as well if she wants to. But I think Vala probably has to hit her Hungering Arrows for her to take on Tracer.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracer's really mobile, so it's going to depend on their builds and whether Tracer has a Pulse Bomb. I think that Tracer could potentially win that 1v1 if they are mobile enough to avoid the Hungering Arrow.
Gotcha. All right. Well, very good insight there. Thank you, Sir No, for the follow. I appreciate it. People are asking what the talent that's banned. Yes, Crushinator Untouchable is banned. It's giving you a little bit more of a further zippy zoop when you blink in and out. Yes. Yep. Which is kind of funny.
And so,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we do actually see the TAS Tracer, a long-standing combo, but TAS is different now, right? He doesn't provide that same opportunity to Tracer to just go in. They do have the Deckard for the potions, so Tracer can get into and out of danger pretty easily with that. So I think that if I'm looking between these two, the Tracer brings so much to this. She can harass the Vala, she can harass the Junkrat, and I don't think they have a lot to really answer it, and they had the full draft to do it. ETC's like really the only strong counter to it. Oh, maybe a Twidream.
There you go. Yeah, kind of stop her in her tracks for a little bit, but yeah, it just seems like the opportunity of trying to stop Tracer could be quite difficult, like you're saying. I mean, even Malthael maybe be able to do a 1v1, but not going to heal very much off a Tracer. But probably going to maybe win against the Rexar. That seems like something that might help for them. Maybe win in other lanes. All right, here we go. Game number 1. All right. I'm going to turn off chat here. Make sure we got some music going on. All right, here on the left-hand side, we have Choking Hazards. We have Envy playing Malfurion. We have the Silver Ripper playing the Junkrat. We have Aiko playing the Vala. We have I Just Fizz playing ETC. And we have Albatox playing the Malthael. What do we got going on CPogX Fan Club Arrow?
Well, for the Fan Club, we've got Noah playing Tracer, Deagledan on the Rexar, Deckard going to be played by Legacy, Nintori is on the Diablo, and Tassadar getting run by Kwanzar.
Oh my goodness. All right. Here we go. All right, so do you think we're going to go the Bird of Prey kind of build here on Rexar, where you're going to do more damage to the minions and maybe auto attack, like get faster auto attacks at 13, perhaps?
I think that's probably the more common build overall. It gives a lot more potential burst. It gives him kind of like a small bloodlust in a way every so often. Right,
yeah, and really lets them actually participate in team fights instead of just split soaking the whole time or doing camps the whole time. So look forward to seeing what happens there. ETC picking up the Prog Rock, going to be stacking those globes. Oh, here we go.
Well, now we might see the kill onto this Malfurion. The root coming out just to keep everybody on CPX a little bit pushed back. So Malfurion's going to make it out. That's 2 heroes now that they've had the Diablo charge into against a wall and had pretty significant pressure, but no deaths yet.
Yeah, that was close. That was a good escape on Envy, getting out of there, dropping roots and running. Here is another combo, though. This time, Junkrat going down will not be able to escape. But here comes ETC looking to try to get a counter kill. Albatrox That's a double kill going out over to CPogX Fan Club.
Double kill.
And that's a great way to start. I mean, they've, like I said just a moment ago, they had 2 opportunities that they couldn't quite convert, but it didn't take them long to find the next opportunity. It is going to be also a field study for Deckard, so he's going to have that extra spell power, giving even more value to his potions, or, I mean, maybe we even see later like a Scroll of Stone Curse. How much damage can Deckard Cain do with 40 additional spell power and 200% damage when you hit 2 heroes? What do you think?
Oh, I get extra damage when I hit them with my stick. Whap, whap, whap. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Why not? Get a little more extra damage in there, and especially with these choke points, being able to land some of those skill roots, I think will turn out. There's Noah in trouble and going down. Looks like they are able to get the kill there onto Tracer. Here comes Choking
And they're
Hazards.
looking for legacy. I don't think they catch the legacy. Oh, maybe they do. Right at the
Oh!
wall. They do.
Wow, a great pick there, and there's a 2-0 firing back. Choking Hazard says, we can do this too. Come at me, bro.
And I gotta say, like, that started off with pretty much exactly what I said had to happen, right? Tracer was going in. She felt completely as there was no way she could be contested. And then ETC said, no, hold up, I got this. And held her in place just long enough to get that damage and ultimately get the kill.
ETC is definitely into athletic equipment because he is laying some awesome slides so far this game. But also some great wall bangs also from Nin on the Diablo as well. Getting some excellent wall bangs.
And you know what? I mean, it's a great time to be alive, right? Getting those wall bangs. We've got 23-10 on the skeletal defenders. Tassadar does have a lot of potential wave clear with his Psy Storm. Even his new Shock Ray does a pretty significant amount of damage. Also, Panzar taking that level 1 talent, Static Charge, increasing the damage that he does with each Shock Ray. So, first Punisher is going to go over to Choking Hazards, though.
Jumping over the wall, giving Diablo a little something to think about, but it is the first Punisher. Isn't the strongest, and as long as you tank it over the wall with your big beefy boy, prevents a lot of trouble. But it is going to get some damage here on this bottom fort. Ooh, and there's the kill there onto the Vala.
And that's what you have to really be careful about with a Tracer, right? Is if you're ever in a position where you're, say, half health or less, especially as the Junkrat or Waller, or even Malfurion, Tracer's gonna zoom in. She doesn't have as much burst as she used to, but she's got a pulse bomb. She's gonna finish those low health heroes very easily.
Absolutely, and if you're overextended and you decide to retreat, Tracer's gonna be jumping and moving a lot faster than you are, and we'll be able to catch up, so watch out. Indeed. Taco in chat asking, who is co-casting? It is the lovely Arrow. Was gracious,
a nice guy.
gracious enough to co-cast this match with me. I feel very secure in his knowledgeable hands. Also for the cast.
Oh my.
Oh my. Can I get an oh my? I don't know. Did I put it somewhere? Here it is.
Oh my.
Oh my.
There we go. All right, well, it looks like Tracer's looking up here in the top lane, possibly trying to see if they can't scout out the Malthael, but walked right past him, so I don't even know if they knew he was there.
Yeah, Albatrox was probably just waiting for them to come in and then decided, all right, well, if they don't see me, I'm going to wait until it seems like a good opportunity for me to get out of here. But here comes the stun from Misha. Here comes Noah getting in, getting a lot of damage as well, diving the tower. And that's a Misha for a Malthael. That's a good trade for CPogX Fan Club.
And again, I mean, that's just the power of Tracer, right? She can walk in, get all that damage, and Malthael can't do anything about it. He doesn't have any kind of lockdown. He's healing against the Tracer's minimal, even under his own tower, with a Misha there to provide her some lockdown. Malthael just has to give in and die.
Yeah, an excellent use of animal cruelty, sacrificing Misha for the greater good, but it will benefit CPogX to do so, and I guess that's really what Misha's for. Makes me sad every time, just a little tears here and there. Seeing 16 camps getting picked up from both teams. Bruiser camp up top for the choking hazards, and we have CPogX picking up their goatmen as well.
It does look like we've got level 10s available for both teams, and Quantum Spike can be the pick for Tracer. So that's additional damage. That's 6% additional damage of their maximum health. But a lot of these are pretty well standard, but the interesting one that I'm looking forward to seeing is the Lornado. And I'm hoping we don't see anti-synergy between the Lornado and the Black Hole.
And the Apocalypse, who knows?
True, yeah, you could certainly have that as well. I think the Apocalypse and Black Hole can work really well here. There goes the root from Deckard, and Misha's gonna get some last rites. At least this time she got a little bit of last rites action, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, this time she soaked up a heroic ability, so that always feels good. The shrine is active, it has been activated, and we're gonna see Choking Hazard start. But we're gonna see CPogX looking for an invasion point here. Down goes Vala. Ooh, here comes Amash. Party of one onto Tassadar. There goes the
Apocalypse
kill.
is going to get that stall, and here comes the Black Hole as well, but it's already 3 kills on the side of CPogX. And Tracer going in, possibly looking for the ETC, but he throws out a little bit of face melt action. And Tracer's going to head back.
Triple kill for the boys in red. Boys and girls in red. Oh, my goodness. Tracer going deep. We will have to upgrade that to a quad. Down goes the top 4. We have a 22 minion lead here for CPogX on the objective. Tracer. Have they stayed too long? Noah. Looks like they're going to get out. Oh, here comes the Lornado. Give it a little bit of cover and allow that escape. Although, Noah really playing with death there. Getting low and still harassing the enemy as 13s come online for CPogX Fan Club.
So I want to kind of highlight a little bit about the build that Tracer's got here, because with Tracer being kind of reworked and some of the talents being a little bit different, there are aspects to this new setup here that are just unique, right? Tracer rounds no longer just provides vision; it's actually vision in a small area, but also gives additional range to her auto attacks. The leeching round, so every time, basically she increases how much she's leeching by the number of blink stacks she has available. So a lot of self-healing, but then also that level 7 talent locked and loaded. All of those level 16 talents got moved down to the level 7 tier. So basically Noah has to be watching that timer and hit the reload button again in that second half of the reload to get the full value out of that. But if he does, that's 40% additional damage, and it's huge.
Well, if any teams could be hitting that reload timer correctly, it's going to be these, the teams that we have here in the Heroic Division. So, not easy, but sounds like it gives you a lot of advantage if you can actually hit those timers.
So I just fizzed is looking for the Tracer, but Tracer has those blink stacks. He's able to get away. The Force Wall coming out as well, and keep in mind with that level 4 talent, Force Walls not only block you, but they also slow and do damage, making it an electric fence.
Bzz. Yeah, you gotta want to stay away from that. There's Junkrat, who is getting dove on, and down goes Junkrat. Here comes the Mosh, but it's going to be Misha who goes down next. Apocalypse coming out. Can ETC get away? No! Down goes ETC, and the fight is still happening as Black Hole comes out. Envy goes down. Albatrox can't keep it together. Oh my goodness, there are 4 members down. And Misha. That's a quad kill going out to CPogX Fan Club. Oof, what a fight.
Yeah, that started off really great for them. Getting a Junkrat kill, you know, Diablo charging in and interrupting the... I believe he was trying to cast Riptire. Not 100% positive. It was a little while ago. But anyways, interrupted the Junkrat with death. The best interrupt you can possibly have.
Yeah, it's hard to come back from death, unless you have a short respawn timer, which is true for Choking Hazards as they are all back up, but it will be too late to save this mid fort as CPogX is going to push their advantage, now having 16's talent tier advantage, 2.5 level lead. They're going to steal this bruiser camp in there. I think they're going to try to take this momentum and basically take what they want until 16's for Choking Hazards.
Yeah, and that's an important distinction right now. I mean, we've got a 2-level lead. That's obviously the talent, make it 3 now. But it's also, I believe, what, 12% right? 4% stacking per level, so it's a pretty significant damage, health, all of that boost for the CPogX fan club.
Yeah, even if it wasn't about the talent itself, it's just the base stats, base damage, base health. It makes it really hard to win a quote-unquote fair fight. Here come the boars. Here comes Tracer. Here comes a lot of damage.
About a fair fight. They just push everybody back, using that Misha to kind of keep the rest of the heroes back, and Tornado getting so much value with that electric fence right behind it. So that's going to be first keep of the game, going down at about 12 minutes. Weenus, what do you think about this? First keep of the game is a very strong game, or very strong statistic in favor of the team that gets it. How do you feel about choking hazards?
Well,
chances at this point?
Choking hazards, they won the first Punisher, right? I believe they did.
Yes.
Yes. And they weren't able to get a whole lot, but that's a pretty weak Punisher. I think their team fight is strong, but they have to catch up. So they have to probably give more than they want to in order to try to take a fight that gives them a better chance to engage. They're going to come in now, but I mean, at this point, the Punisher is pretty much done with 36 of these minions already captured. They're just going to take the siege camp, get what they can get. I think they have to stall out as long as they can after this Punisher fight, but it's going to be a tough defense. I'm not sure what they do here.
Well, they do have level 16. They've got they've got all of their ultimates up.
Maybe a sweet Mosh. Maybe a Mosh will be able to turn this fight, but the Punisher will interrupt it, so you gotta wait for that.
It would be a really tough time there. Good unstoppable there on Malthael to pull the Punisher over the wall. And Punisher's gonna fall down to about half before CPogX can make it in here. There go the boars. So Diablo, you can see, moving pretty far forward, trying to find somebody to engage on. The root going down, and now Diablo's taking those tower shots. As I mentioned, the Punisher doesn't take all those shots if you attack a player. So Diablo's Fire Stomp there, triggering that. And they're moving on to the core.
Here they come. This fight here will determine the outcome. A wipe here would be real bad. Apocalypse coming out. My goodness, Twilight Dream as well. It's going to be ETC who goes down. Noah getting very, very low. Will heal up a little bit. It's going to be Malthael goes down next. Envy and Aiko getting targeted, and there goes Vala. There goes Malfurion. Silver Ripper being the sole survivor, and that should do it here for game number 1 with that quad kill coming out from CPogX Fan Club.
Kill-tacular.
Oh,
well, I don't know that he's going to be able to do a whole lot here. Although the potential kill under Rexar could be at least just a moral victory, right?
Exactly. You get a little bit of something, but it won't give you the match. But still, give you a little stats there, and that's going to be GG's going over to CPogX Fan Club, level 20 to level 17. GG's well played.
Now, I got to say, I did see there a little bit of what I was concerned about, but it worked out beautifully. The Lornado and Black Hole. Did you see what happened with that when they cast both of them at the end there?
I missed it, but it seemed pretty deadly as players seemed to drop in quick succession on the choking hazards.
So here's what happened. The Black Hole goes out. It pulls them with, right? But the Lornado is pushing them back in the Black Hole. It's essentially
pressure
in a
from
way,
both directions.
It's the opposite of a tug of war, right? The one is pushing them one way and the other one's pushing them the other way, and I don't recall who it was in there, but it was just like playing ping pong between those two ultimates. Made it a real tough time for whoever that was.
Oh my goodness. All right. Is there anything you want to highlight on the stats before we start setting up the lobby for round 2?
I do want to say, Tassadar, with that build that he took with the shock ray and everything, you get an 8% damage bonus at level 16, the additional damage at level 13 that his resonance beam, anytime he's channeling on a player in the Psy Storm. So not super easy to do, but you can make it work with your other talents. I mean, that's a reduction of physical armor by 25. So imagine their Tracer going in and just getting even more value. So really significant value out of that Task Tracer combo, I think. And I think it's going to be Choking Hazards going to have to come up with a way to really stop what we're seeing out of CPog.
Absolutely. My goodness. All right. Well, let's see if we can. We'll go to the maps real quick and we'll figure out where we are headed next. Let me just make sure I don't have a message in. No, I do not have a message in Discord. All right. So it looks like Choking Hazards, they want first hero pick. So we are going to go over to CPogX Fanclub and see what map they would like to play. So let me see if I can get a hold of them.
Sounds good. See a lot of names out there in chat that I'm familiar with. Of course, FreePX, the namesake of the CPogX fan club. Taco out in chat as well. I saw Lily out there, Vivanche.
Oh, nice. Got Viv in chat. Fathoms Deep. Fathoms Deep said something that kind of cracked me up. Something about a play on I just fizzed. I said I just fizzed my pants at the beginning of the game. That's good. It's good play on the players' names. Thank you very much for the follow, Lil Bear 2. I appreciate it. Sorry I missed that. It's about 14 minutes ago. All right, and we do have a map pick.
Where are we going, Weenus?
We are going to Sky Temple.
Really?
Yeah, and this is a pick by CPogX, so let me just mark that down on the maps here. Sky Temple, I haven't seen this in a little bit.
I was just going to make a comment about how, at least in Season 8, Sky Temple was one of the least common maps, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the lower divisions. I know where I am, I hate it because our team doesn't seem to do very good when they split up on the map, and we don't really know how to handle globals all that well, but I don't think it's going to phase these guys at all. I just have to find it. Where are you? There you are. Hiding from me, Sky Temple. Why you got to do me like that? All right, so we will get this lobby set up. We'll get everybody in, and then we will bring you game number 2 in this series. All right. Hopefully I do all these settings correctly. All right, so this is that. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, great. Now we just need to get these friends in here.
Friends.
Kind of quiet in her. Oh, all right, we gotta play it. It's kind of quiet in heroic chat, just in general. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of conversation about this game afterwards in the chat, but just something I've noticed.
You mean in like the division chat?
Yeah, division chat. Heroica seems to be a little bit, not too much conversation going on there. Some people, some divs love to talk and some don't. It just kind of varies.
You know what? They don't have a lot to say that they can't say on the map.
That's true. They do their speaking in game with their wins and with their play. Agreed. All right, here we go.
Oh, is that a Wacky Wavy Boy?
Ooh, Sparhawk has redeemed Wacky Wavy Boy. We better get that out of the way right now. Thank you for redeeming your mother cluckers. Here we go. Oh yeah, he's wacky. He's a wavy boy. Oh yeah. With new batteries, he is so much more flappy. One more time. Oh yes. Yeah, that sounded a little weird out of context, but definitely referring to the Wacky Wavy Boy. All right.
Oh, I don't think it was all that strange, Venus. I think it was pretty much about right.
Yeah, sounds about like what I normally say. Perfect. All right. Let's get these teams sorted. I think we need to switch Nin and Envy, right?
Maybe. Look at the Lilies.
Oh yeah, Silver Ripper as well.
For Albatox, right?
Yep, that sounds good to me. We do have some portrait synergy. It's all a bunch of Lilies, but they're all different Lily portraits.
Somebody's wrong though.
Except for one. We're just missing one.
Kwanzar was. Yeah, Albatox actually was on the other team. I think Kwanzar was on the right and Albatox was on, because Albatox was Malthael.
All right, that seems right. Okay, and I believe said Legacy is the captain. All right, let's see. Let's see if we got everything right. You want to check in chat and see what Buttspot is up to? I saw him just for a second. I'm sure he said something.
Yeah, Buttspot is throwing out some good quotes here. What rank are you, etc. Doesn't but information. It's just an attempt to butt-lead.
Oh my goodness, Buttspot, you need to calm down. Crafty Trent and Sir No in chat. Azriel of the Storm also showing up. My goodness. Thanks, Russ DT, for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, I think teams are ready, and okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh no, we just did Infernal Shrines. We're going to Sky Temple. Let's get into it. Match number 2. Show me the money.
Sky Temple.
Wait. Or Wadger. We still okay? Gotta make sure that these teams are still ready. We may have gone.
Might be wrong on the captain or something.
Okay.
It was a cap.
It was a cap. I'm not sure, but it looks like everybody's still okay. Okay, all right. We're all still good. We're all still good to go. All right, excellent.
I want to say hi to Shui and Broomboy out in chat. A couple of other names out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Love to see everybody. Thanks for coming by and watching these two teams at the top level of play. Thank you very much for the follow. Azriel of the Storm, I appreciate it. And we're seeing some similar bans to game number 1. Are we going to see exactly the same, or do you think maybe we'll see some respect bans with this second or third slot?
I mean, we might. They might also just look to draft a little bit differently to coordinate around, the heroes that we saw. First pick switch sides, of course, so that changes a few things. Lost Viking's going to be banned out pretty early. That's a unique one for me. But I think with the tower changes, I think Sky Temple is one of the ones that got a really interesting switch up because, in my opinion, the Sky Temple core defense is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, because those tornadoes they're just so oppressive, and they're at just the right distance that you can't really disengage easily. So this is a map that I think favors teams that are kind of on the lower. I don't want to say the lesser skill. If you're concerned, if you're the team that is concerned that you can't beat the other team, then this is a map I think is a good one to go to because you don't have to fight over the core. You can fight over an objective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just ignore the objective and just start fighting over more siege damage in other places. It's all about siege damage and how you can burn down the enemy buildings, no matter how you do it, whether it's using the towers to shoot it, or if you're just gonna go and push a lane instead.
Anytime you're ready.
Well, we're gonna see the Raynor coming out with the Rhaegar, maybe a Bloodlust combo.
I think
along with the Falstad.
With Falstad, I would say yeah. I mean, both would benefit with auto attacks boosted by Rhaegar from that. Nubarak and Dahaka getting picked up by CPogX Fanclub, getting some global presence with Dahaka, or as I like to say, Dahaka. Do you require more Essence Arrow? Because I believe I do.
You know what? The best part about Dahaka is that he's always got a tongue for you.
That's true. Sometimes we'll see if Choking Hazards can come out with a victory or if they get licked. Game 2.
Vivanche pointing out that the Diablo maps with their large circles also difference of opinion. I find it actually easier to dodge those than the tornadoes. But yeah, it is almost the entire area for those large circles. We're gonna see a Zeratul coming out. I was actually wondering if we might not have seen that in the last game, just in general. So I'm interested to see how this goes here. Of course, Noah playing the Tracer, I believe, last game.
Yeah, now picking up Zeratul and Stukov. This will be interesting. We do have Tyrael picked up on the side of Choking Hazards. Maybe get some Sanctification there and try to counter the engage from CPog, which looks pretty pretty dangerous with a noob jumping in, Zeratul jumping in, Dahaka hiding in bushes. Looks pretty ganky to me.
So, the one I'm not 100% positive it's going to be Sanctification. And the only reason why I say that is because if I remember correctly, you Sanctify, Zeratul pops Void Prison, and Sanctification just goes away.
I stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
It's not like your boss, for example, where that ground effect is covered by the Void Prison and thus stalls out the timer. You know, Sanctification is an ability that's just it's outside of that layer, so it just continues on. Your Void Prison finishes, and now you've got an Anubarak burrowing in, or a Stukov with the Silence Arm, or a Rain of Vengeance. So I think that we might actually end up seeing a Judgment.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes. Here we go. We'll get back to you in game number 2 after this. All right, here we go. Game number 2. On the left-hand side, we have Choking Hazards. We have Eiko playing that Rainer. Look at that mount. That's a cool mount. And skin combo. Envy playing Rhaegar. We have Silver Ripper playing the Falstad. I Just Fizzed is going to be playing Tyrael. And we are missing, there we go, Albatox playing that Thrall. What do we got going for CPogX Fanclub? Arrow.
Well, on the right here, we've got Kwanzar playing the Vala. Zeratul going to be played by Noah. Deagle Dan on Dahaka. Stukov played by Legacy. And Nentori on the Anubarak.
Deagle Dan! Is that like Lieutenant Dan? I don't know. For whatever reason, my brain just goes there when you see this bush setup. But here's the bottom push early from Choking Hazards. They're going to get this tower down. And instead of responding, equal push from CPogX Fanclub mid.
Yeah, and I think that favors the CPogX fan club because they actually have beetles, so they can absorb those tower shots. We'll see. It's right now very close in the structure damage, so they're both making their way beyond that wall and onto the well, then maybe the tower from there.
If we get an even tower trade here, I would think that bottom would be an advantage over mid. What do you think?
So that would be my thought as well. That said, the top, or rather the mid shrine temple is going to, it doesn't have to go into the mid lane now. I'm not positive whether it'll go to bot or top. So it will get some additional value if CPogX is able to pick up both of these, and if both of those are going into the top lane, it could pretty much take out that top fort anyways. So we'll see.
Yeah, also the boss running down bottom for Choking Hazards would be helpful, as that fort is gone. It would be marching straight onto the keep.
Absolutely, and the boss is something that is defendable, right? You can defend that. You may take a little bit of damage. You can't really defend the tower shots or the temple shots other than to fight under the temples. So I think that it's a toss-up. I think the boss does provide, overall, that boss lane provides them a better win condition for later, because there's more for CPogX to get through to get that value.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see what happens. Vision is going to be taken over by Choking Hazards here, as both of the Bruiser camps have been picked up and are going to be... Well, actually, we're still waiting on this one. There we go. There's the capture. So we're probably going to see a clear here from CPogX, and then them try to get a little bit of value from their own camp. Here comes the
Anubarak's going to go ahead and burrow in. The silence coming out onto Tyrael. Zeratul coming in behind is looking for Envy. However, Rhaegar popping that wolf form is going to be able to make it out. Can I Just Fizzed as well? It looks like they can. So
getting
full 5
low,
rotation. Yeah, full 5 rotation out of CPogX to clean up the Bruiser camp, as you mentioned originally. And if they're able to get down the full wall, then that top temple guarantees themselves the fort.
Yeah, so we're going to see Noah heading down bottom to give Silver Ripper a little bit of a contest down there. Get that soak. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Dahaka getting a few of the shots in the mid temple and top temple being held by CPogX. Choking Hazards, though, is going to take over this mid.
It does seem like... I think that they got enough out of that mid temple and the bruiser camp on the wall that if the Fanclub here is able to hold on to this for the full duration, I think that'll get them the full fort. Especially since they get more shots out of mid.
Oh my goodness. Tricky. Here comes Falstad flying up mid to reinforce the rest of Choking Hazards there. But there go the rest of the temple shots, and it looks like, you know, in that exchange, CPogX came out with more shots in overall.
And that's what I talked about early in the game, but, you know, keep in mind, too, we were talking about this or that, but never mind, Legacy's going to get the rotation on here from Choking Hazards. First blood going over to the blue.
I have a look for you.
Here comes the rest of CPogX trying to defend this mid fort.
Kill you.
Getting some, a little bit of siege damage in there, but here comes Noah slashing away with his Vorpal blades. But still, it's a 5v4. As Stukov is still not quite back yet, but Choking Hazards, they're going to back up a little bit, even as far as XP goes, but we are missing the mid fort and the top fort for Choking Hazards versus just the one bottom fort missing here for the Fanclub.
And that's, I mean, that's still pretty decent. You know, what I was mentioning earlier was that we're talking about the two options there. Never mind, we're back into a fight here. Pulling the Rhaegar back in is Dahaka, and they're completely surrounded by the rest of the Choking Hazards team. But because they're surrounded, that means that they're isolated and able to pick up target here. Rainer's going to be the first to fall. The stun's going out onto Tyrael, but he's able to go ahead and use that Ultrance to get over the wall.
Thrall is top, so he's going to be doing some soaking up there, not able to help in the 5v4 for that camp. But, you know, at least the camp got saved. That could have been a little bit worse there for Choking Hazards, but, you know, it's never fun to lose a teammate in a fight.
Well, and they may lose more than that here, as the well going down, this siege camp getting a lot of value with the Fanclub team here. And with this well down, if they pick up this bottom temple, that's going to get them even the bottom fort. And it is the Sanctification.
All right. Yeah, we do have 10s popped. For both teams, we do have the Sanctification on Tyrael. There is that Bloodlust there on the Rhaegar. Mighty Gust on Falstad. That gives him a little bit of boss control. We do have Hyperion for the Rainer. And we are looking at Sundering for Thrall. Look at this boss bush action going on here for CPog.
Yeah, and Zeratul, kind of the clear choice there to pick up that XP. He's got decent wave clear with that Void Slash, but also he has the ability to get out of danger far better than really anybody else on the team. Tyrael checking in down bot is very low, and Zeratul's going to get ultimately the kill.
Here comes that trait value onto Vala, and Vala will be picked up as a counter kill once his Void Prison ends. There is the Cocoon going out onto Rainer. Hyperion is dropped. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to find any more kills right there, but there's also just very few shots left here on the temple. Oh, maybe I'm incorrect, and there is another kill going out onto Nubarak, so getting the last few shots and another couple kills there. That's a double kill for Choking Hazards, yeah, and maybe they will. Maybe they will go straight on to boss. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they've got Exterminator, they've got Thrall and Rhaegar, Falstad. I mean, they've got all their damage here, so they burned through this boss here very quickly.
Jinxie Cat! Oh, so kind. I love Jinxie Cat as well. Thank you so much for the 69 bits and welcome. Welcome to the stream.
Hey!
Hey, Jinxie! Hey!
So this is what we talked about at the very beginning, right? Now they've got the boss pushing in this bottom lane. It's going to be able to make its way up to the wall. And they still have their Bloodlust. They have the Sanctification. There's no Void Prison to counter that Sanctification either.
A little bit of a slash and hack between Falstad and Zeratul in the mid lane. Falstad's going to back up and tap, but all the action is happening here in the bottom lane. Gonna get this bottom tower. Maybe a little bit more. It is a 4v4 though, so watch out. Anything could happen. There's the cocoon onto Tyrael. Here's the engage from Anubarak. There is Sundering. And there's the Bloodlust. Stasis popped here for Deagle Dan. And there, oh my goodness, there's the Void Prison. Watch for the explosion. Oh! Oh, an excellent sanctification! Down goes Zeratul. Legacy is getting chased. We'll be able to back up a little bit. Here comes the Hyperion doing a bunch of damage. A big lickety split onto the Falstad, but down goes to Haka. A fantastic play there from Choking Hazards.
Absolutely, and you know what? I just fizzed using that sanctification immediately after the Void Prison. I think the Anubarak Burrow Charge was just a little bit off as well, so they didn't quite get that stun. But they're making their way onto the core Weenus. Do you think this is going to be successful?
They're going. Members are starting to come up from CPogX, so we'll see how much damage we can get in here. They don't necessarily have to get the core here, but they are putting in a lot of damage. 2 members go down. The core is only at 14%. It's 10, 6, 5, 3, 0. Wow, what a push at the end. GG's. Wow.
That's absolutely fantastic. You know, and I'm going to go back and try to make the point that I tried to make twice before they started fighting. There's no way they can fight now to interrupt me. Which was, we were talking about, you know, which of those lanes was overall the better value. But the bottom line is that Choking Hazards got the most value out of it. And CPogX Fanclub was trying to get as much or as close to equal value as possible, right? There were other things that gave them better value with the temples and things like that. But the bottom line is that opening up that bot lane is what led to the victory for Choking Hazards.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one fight, and it was close. Raynor was the only one still up from Choking Hazards, but they were able to bring it down within that time. So, wow. Good. We're going to game 3. Only 9 minutes and 13 seconds in that game. That's what a team wipe can do. Oh my goodness.
And it's just insane to see how quickly that game turns around, right? They get a couple of kills, they get a boss without their Tyrael, by the way, because Tyrael was dead when that all started. And then they run it down, right? Boss normally doesn't equal the end of the game at 9 minutes in, but it does if you can get some kills, right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutin'. Absolutin' tootin'. Can I get a Hong Kong toot toot?
Hong Kong toot toot.
All right, and wow, that was fast. Oh, there it is. Oh, my chickens are so far away. Why did I store them on the other side of the room? Oh,
wait, here, Weenus, I got you.
Oh, and a goat. Here's mine. Oh, synchronized.
Oh, your goat's not dying anymore.
Oh yeah, no. With the batteries going out, like that thing started to sound real sad. It was real creepy. All right. Let's see. All right, so we are going to BOE for game number 3. Boop. There we go. Okay, this is exciting. Good stuff. All right, so I'm going to start getting the lobby set up, and then we'll get the teams in here, and a best of 3, going 3 games. Can't ask for anything more than that.
I mean, you could ask for, I don't know, like a $1,200 stimulus check, but I think that for now we'll go ahead and limit it to just the 3 games.
That's true. We'll keep it in the you know, easier to accomplish goals here. So this picked up by Choking Hazard. So CPog, they will get the first ban and pick. Boop boop boop. All right.
Chat calling out, of course, that CPogX not on the CPogX fan club, which kind of makes sense, right? Can't very well have the target of the fan club in the fan club.
That's true. It does get confusing when you do that. Agreed. All right.
It's like we gotta switch the old NV. You got the other one there.
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right.
Shirt Exception says Dax Hots because they're talking about selling T-shirts. Also makes a lot of sense. Selling a T-shirt with a logo of a human not wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Looks like Arrow's wearing an NGS shirt. I made a bootleg NGS shirt that when I was testing different printers, and it came out real funky. But you know, You gotta wear a shirt. All right.
I'm actually wearing a very special shirt tonight, Weenus.
The Division C Grand Champion shirt, it looks like, if I was to
That
guess.
would be the one. That would be the one.
Yeah.
Surprisingly not on purpose.
It just happened to line up perfectly, but well deserved as well.
On the top of the laundry.
Perfect.
I was like, gotta put on a shirt. Let's go with this one.
Sometimes things just line up the way you want. Shot down Iru redeemed medium honker. All right, I gotta go get the bigger one. All right, so
that's this one.
This is the medium honker.
I don't know. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what the heck?
They sound different.
Because this is the bigger of the yellow hunkers, but of course we know that you've got a bigger, blacker hunker.
There is one over there, and who knows? Maybe we'll see it before the end of the evening. Thank you very much for the follow, Zang Banger. I appreciate it, as well as Mac Inguer 1. And Zang Banger has requested a soundboard clip. Play your best clip. How about we play one? Maybe we play one of Arrow? Yeah, let's play one of Arrow.
ETC's a cow. Do you think maybe that Andrew milked him?
That's a good one.
I love that one. That is definitely one of my favorites.
I don't remember the context of how that quote came about, but I do actually remember it was on Towers of Doom. It was in the bot lane. It was at the keep of the right side, the red team, or rather just at that front wall. And I think it was as Anduin was pulling an ETC back.
Absolutely, and we have gotten a request for the Mega Chonker Honker. Also one for the Mini Honker. Here's the Mini Honker. We'll do it at the same time. Okay, I think these teams are ready. Okay, so we will start, and we'll try to do this during draft. Okay. Oh my god.
You guys don't know. Actually, I guess you probably do know, because Taco is the one who redeemed for the Mega Chonker.
Yes, Taco, thank you for redeeming your Mega Chonker Honker Mother Cluckers. Here we go. All right. Sorry, teams. Here we go. Here's this big boy. Probably a yeet of faith, says Taco. Yes. Dax value. Big shout out to Dax for this chicken. Oh my goodness. Here he goes. Oh, yes. We have the highest level tier play of HOTS and ridiculous weenus chickens. Oh my goodness. All right. See if you can tell me what song this is. No way. I can't even tell what song it is. Never mind. Forget it.
It sounded like Jingle Bells.
I was trying to do Happy Birthday to You, and it just... Oh, my goodness. Oh, are we done? Are we almost done?
I mean, Happy Birthday kind of has a little bit of the same cadence as Jingle Bells.
Absolutely. We are done. I like that it says hug me on it. It says hug me. And then you just... For 45 seconds.
Squeeze the bazongas out of it.
Yes. Thank you for redeeming your Mother Cluckers, and thank you for activating the Mega Chonker Honker. We are going to see some similar bans here, although Raynor making into the rotation as well as ETC. Maybe some target bans this time.
A little bit of a difference there.
Thank you also, Jinxie Cat, for redeeming your Mother Cluckers. I appreciate it. One more little one, because it's not that bad. It's just like a little... But when you do that Mega Honker Chonker, oh my goodness, everyone's ears bleed. My apologies to the teams for reviewing this later. First pick, Li Ming, Arrow. Welcome to the game, Li Ming.
Indeed, and you know, it's not a big surprise to see that as an early pick. She's a relatively safe pick. She can do a lot of damage from range. She does pretty decent on the race. And you know what? You get some kills, and Reset City can spell some problems.
Sorry, I was reading chat. Crafty Trent says, Jingle Bells and Happy Birthday is the same. Wait, no it isn't. Mega Muffin saying, that was My Heart Will Go On. Uncle LT in chat. Welcome, Imperial March. We are not actually allowed to play that at all. So we will not. Shh, don't tell anybody. Sorry, back to draft. We do have Murden and Malfurion, the Beard Boys, coming up for CPogX Fan Club.
Yeah, and we got Sylvanas and Tyrande for choking hazards. Keeping in mind, of course, that Sylvanas did get a little bit of a unexpected nerf on her Merc Queen, so it no longer does the additional damage to the Immortal here a couple of patches ago.
All right. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen any of the Zuljins or the Valas or the Greymanes come out. I guess Greymane is banned as well as Raynor, so can't get that shred going. What's left as far as shred? What are we looking at?
Well,
Vala? Hala for a Vala? I don't know.
Could also potentially see the old amateur opponent.
Amateur opponent? Okay.
Yeah, from Artanis.
Artanis, very strong solo laner, yeah. Oh, Zul and Yrel. All right. I like it. So maybe Zul not in the offlane, maybe Yrel in the offlane, and Zul's going to maybe be pushing with the 4-man?
I think I recall a game here recently where Yrel was actually the main tank, and it was kind of oppressive. There's that Vala for the race.
Oh, and there's that Artanis. Well done. Goat scream for you, Arrow.
I mean, the CPogX fan club has absolutely boatloads of race here.
I agree. And I think the team fight, oh my goodness, main tank Uther, I guess, off tank Uther, main tank Yrel. What? Tanks Zul, Yrel, and Uther unite for the threesome before your eyes? They all have white hair? Maybe that has something to do with it? I don't know.
And you know what? Yrel's a little horny.
It's because she's a goat and she's got the horns. I love it. All right, we're going to get into this game right after this. These are your teams. We will see you in game number 3. Whee! All right, here we go. Game number 3. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We're going to do things a little differently. I'm going to announce CPogX fan club on the right-hand side. We have Kwanzar playing the the Li Ming. We have Legacy playing the Malfurion. We have Deagle Dan playing Artanis. We have, oh my goodness, they're moving around. Ninotrolli playing the Muradin. And we have Vala being played by TGG Noah. What are we looking like on the blue side? Arrow.
All right, well, for choking hazards, we got Yrel here in the bot lane, taking the solo into the bot. It's Albatox playing Yrel. Up in the top here, looking to get onto that wall, just like they did in the last game. We got Echo playing the Zul, Envy on Tyrande, Silver Ripper on Sylvanas, and I just fizzed on Uther. Yes, I did just say that.
Excellent. That might be some of the reason why I wanted you to read it. Just saying. All right, here's a big engage in the top as we see that the offlane is going to be in the bot lane this time. And it's going to be Vala versus Yrel. Interesting. We're going to see Artanis and Zul working in the 4-mans. Oh. Vala maybe switching? No, it's going to stay bottom.
And it does look like we've got primarily the race talents here as well for CPogX with Monster Hunter, Amateur Opponent, and even Perfect Storm. Likely to see Sledgehammer. Silver Ripper is going to get caught by that swap, but able to use the Haunting Wave to get away over the roots. Huge
swap and a great escape. Great plays for both teams there. And here's the fight over the siege camp. A big root coming out onto Artanis. Deagle Dan is going to try to get on out of there. And it looks like the camp is being controlled right now by choking hazards. Can they hold on to it? They are channeling, and they do get it. Oh, big swap onto Echo.
But it looks like both of the teams are looking to disengage. The root coming out onto Sylvanas, but able to Haunting Wave just barely here. Tori looking for it, gets the stun. And Tyrande getting a Lunar Flare out there as well. So this is still an uneven fight in favor of CPogX, but Uther going to be the first one to fall there. Now, the swap coming out from Artanis, getting Echo in range of the wall, getting a double kill. What a swap! Deagle Dan doing an amazing play there.
Deagle Dan, the man. Yeah, especially being imprisoned, bone prison. That was a fantastic move. Love to see it. Great play down there. Let's check out, see what's happening bottom. It looks like everyone's gonna round up to their camps and start getting their bruiser camps on both sides. At least for CPogX. Looking at some soaking going on for choking hazards.
I want to point out for anybody that goes back and checks this out later, a couple of things there. You don't see it very often in other divisions or Storm League, what have you. A couple of times there, Zool put out his bone prison once onto Artanis, once onto the Murden, and the timing of when that lands, since it takes a second and a half or so to actually root the target, gave both Artanis and Murden the opportunity to use their movement abilities, whether it was the Blade Dash or the Dwarf Toss, to actually position themselves in a better place with the root, right? You don't normally see Blade Dash used as a way to disengage, but in that circumstance, he was able to use that root to stop at the end of his Blade Dash.
Absolutely. Bruiser Camp still getting worked on here by Choking Hazard, and here comes Murden to try to get in the way. Once again, waiting for the leap before the root is activated. Eiko will claim that camp, though, and the race is on. Huge advantage as far as the Immortal race going over to CPogX as we go into halftime.
But they do get to chase down the Murden and send him back to the graveyard. So the real question here is, can Choking Hazards make up lost time here with Murden in the graveyard?
Well, here comes the value from the Poke Li Ming. Being able to just lob orbs in there, lob some missiles, and see if you can bring it down. And the CPogX's Immortal is starting to drop a little bit, but the respawn timers are so short. I think it's going to go over to CPogX here. Ooh, Vala getting chain sunned. Here comes the Bone Prison rooted. And there's the kill on Vala. Nice play. Losing the objective, but maybe getting some kills here. Abatox. Some excellent slams and pushbacks, and down goes Murden. So that's a double kill going out to Choking Hazards. Well played.
Double kill.
Well, you know what? They got a couple of kills out of it. They're going to be able to defend against the Immortal. And again, I mean, we saw an amazing swap there. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the same way. Just too much health on the target. But really going to have to be careful is Choking Hazards when they're near the... Not even near the towers. When they're close enough that a Blade Dash swap will get them into the towers. Because clearly Deagle Dan can knock them out of the park with that.
Oh my goodness. All right, well down goes the Immortal. Sorry Dax, we missed that clip, but you've been modded now if you want to try and post it again. I appreciate any clipping that happens, and thank you for the follow, Tuna, as Noah's getting chased and escaped. The swaps though on Deagle Dan are huge so far this game.
If the only thing we had to go by was the swaps from Deagle Dan, this game would be over.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, once again, it looks like Choking Hazards is going to take this top siege camp and get that going.
Bot, though.
Silver Ripper in trouble.
Caught by the Murden and Vala juking the Stormbolt, but just not quite enough. The damage coming in from Vala is going to take Sylvanas out.
Solid pick down there, Gank. I think I said in trouble instead of trouble.
You know.
Still learning to speak. I'm still learning to speak. But yeah, that was a good pick off there. Now we're going to see that camp cleaned up top by CPog. And here comes a response bottom from Choking Hazards.
Yeah, trying to keep from getting any additional damage onto their fort, their structures here. As CPog's a little bit closer to 10. They're about a quarter level ahead. And rotating down to the bot camp as well.
Immortals in 20 seconds. Probably not going to be able to get 10 by then, but are definitely going to try. Artanis working on this camp down here. Thank you once again, Dax, for making the clip. We'll have to check that out later. I'm sure it's one of Deagle Dan's excellent swaps. Camp is up. Bruiser camp for Pog. That's getting picked up. And the siege camp bottom is picked up for a Choking Hazard, so we're going to have pressure pushing in different lanes. Now it's time to brawl all over again over these Immortals.
And they're on the aggressive side here, so right out of the gate, CPogX is able to get their Immortal to halftime with only a smidge of damage from Choking Hazards. but level 10s are up for both teams now.
All right, let's see. I'm sure it'll make a difference. There's a huge chain combo going out on the Malfurion. Malfurion drops. It's good for choking hazards. Maybe they can get some more kills. But their immortal is once again going down. Out come the mages from Zool. And there's a big chase onto Deagle Dan, trying to put out as much damage as he can onto the immortal before going down.
Vala falling up there in the top as well. Murden does have Sledgehammer, so he's very likely able to finish this immortal here. And will 4 kills, though, in that overall encounter. And that puts the XP advantage now in favor of choking hazards. But it's a full shield on this immortal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thick boy for sure. This one goat man is not gonna be able to do as much as this next immortal marching down in the bottom lane. The shred is on, but I believe that this fort is in danger and in peril. I'm in danger. Here comes the pulse out from Artanis, though. It's gonna help push this immortal even a little bit further, but it's going down pretty quickly.
Uriel trying to get out of the danger zone there with the Artanis and Vala. But Murden's coming around behind, so with 4 make it 5 heroes as Malfurion's coming in, Uriel might find herself in danger here.
Able to leap away with the goat-like reflexes. The bottom fort does go down, as well as the top fort. So a double fort play coming out from CPog. Even though they lost that team fight, they're able to respawn in time and really get some ample pressure in both lanes.
And this is really the value of having so much race. You know, right? You've got Artanis, you got Vala, you got Li Ming, and then you've even got the Murden Sledgehammer coming in. So, I mean, they can literally just throw themselves at the immortal and kill it, especially in the early game where those res timers are early enough that they can make it back up and take out the other fort on the other half of the map.
I agree. That strategy does work very good, even to the beginning, to the mid game, and then after that, the objective is a lot stronger. And like you said, the respawn timer is so much longer that maybe that value would be in maybe burning it down and staying alive at the same time if possible. Damn boy, that's thick. Being called out in chat. I don't know. Do we have to play it?
I mean, they didn't spend any mother cluckers.
That's true. That's true.
So
never
it's
play anything for free is what they say. Yes, absolutely. All right, here we go. A big stun chain CC there onto Nintori, but able to escape. However, Malfurion in trouble. Legacy dropping low. Here comes the Bone Prison. Gonna get rooted. Does go down. 13's online now. 4 choking hazards, and they're looking on getting this fort and maybe getting some more kills.
Yeah, and with that Sylvanas shutting down the fort, it's just not the same level of threat here. Vala getting a lot of damage in onto Silver Ripper, though. But it's still gonna be a disengage call here. The Immortals already back up, and with that kill onto Malfurion here, choking hazard's gonna get started.
All right, and this sets up choking hazards for a good opportunity to get the first burn in on the Immortals. But here comes CPog Fanclub. Oh my goodness. Deagle Dan looking for a swap, not quite landing it. Will go down. Uriel soaking up all the damage here from CPog. Down Uriel goes. And here's the chase. Big root going out. And it's going to be Zuldo getting the counter kill there. And it's going to be CPogX chasing choking hazards back. Ooh. Duranda.
Yeah, and I think that's probably like, at a certain point, you just can't keep chasing, especially into the Li Ming. Once Uriel went down especially, they should just pull back, right? I mean, they didn't need to keep trying to get those kills because Li Ming had her resets, and you've got Muradin throwing Stormbolts, you've got the potential for swaps, you've got Vala who kind of wants you to come into that position. I mean, clearly we saw the results, but looking at it going into that, you almost have to say, okay, we just have to cut our losses.
Yeah, sometimes you see the numbers advantage, and you're like, all right, we're going to get them, and sometimes they'll pull you into choke point, and then they'll be able to turn the tide, and that's what CPogX did there. Very good play there. We have Extended Deckard selected as a soundboard clip there from Taco. We'll play that after the match is over, because that one is quite a long sound clip as well. So we'll get to that soundboard clip. Thank you for redeeming your mother cluckers. And here's a chase, though. Big stun coming out from Urel, and there's the chain, and there's the bone prison, and it's going to be lights out for Vala. Here comes the rest, though, of CPog, and there is the Twilight Dream. Here come the mages. Tyrande goes down. Albatox getting low. Silver. Ripper. Ooh, getting the kill there, though. Onto Artanis. Here comes the stuns, but... Ooh, Sylvanas going to go down, too. Bone prison on Nintori, excuse me. Oh, but able to get out. A two for three? Is it over? Is it over?
I mean, it might be, but not only is it 2 for 3, but this this Immortal getting a lot of value. It's already taken down the wall. It's making its way onto the keep itself, but also in the top lane, they had that Shaman camp going that whole time. So some value on the wall there. The first tower is going to fall there, and Li Ming getting some her orb resets at the long distance here. So the keep is going to fall. But
no damage to the core, but still, you know, getting a keep for the Immortal is pretty good. That's like what you want to do, and I think maybe that might have been part of the strategy from CPogX Fanclub is maybe keeping Choking Hazard from retreating and getting more value with the objective.
Well, Murden looking here, there's the swap as well. But I don't know if you saw that, but the swap, the Phase Prism and the Stormbolt went to the exact same location there. And you know what they say, don't cross the streams.
That's right. That can lead to a lot of dangerous situations, but a nice swap there. And, oh my goodness. Another big fight. Vala goes down first. Deagle Dan. Artanis drops. Uther down. Going to get some of that trait value. Here comes the Bone Prison out onto Muradin. And here's the follow-up from Tyrande. Getting that CC train. Avatar getting popped there. And away we go. Nintori looking for an exit. He's gonna find it.
So the 1 for 2 on the kill count there. So Choking Hazard's gonna come in, start clearing up this bot lane. They do have a couple of catapults. One of them is about to be taken out here entirely. But Nintori's gonna get caught by the root and taken out. So that's another kill, a staggered death in favor of Choking Hazards. And they're gonna start burning down this wall. They have the Sylvanas. They have the Zool to be able to pop some additional minions too. How far do you think they take this, Weenus?
It looks like they're going to back out. They do have some camps to defend up in the top. It looks like Uther's going to take that as he just spawned. I guess there's not too much left there. But trying to get this objective. Choking Hazard are going in, trying to get this burn going. But I think they fall behind in a 1v1 straight up burn. I think they need to team fight in order to win the objective.
Yeah, and really the Divine Storm has been so pivotal for them in these team fights, which just came back up now. And you can see Uther positioning now, does use the Benediction, is going to go ahead and pop that stun, gets another stun, and Vala all but deleted there in that combo. And they're looking for more, trying to get onto Legacy. This jump coming in from Urel is going to take that out. An Ardent Defender used here to absorb those tower shots. So 2 kills there, led off by the Divine Storm.
And I take it back. Choking Hazard also winning the shred even before that fight. And now they definitely, this seems like this will secure the objective for them. It will be a 16+ minute Immortal and maybe some more kills as Deagle Dan's getting low, as well as Murden. Oh, there's the Bone Prison, and down goes Artanis. Murden going to be able to leap away. Careful about the chase. Oh my goodness. Okay, and here it is. 16.5 minute Immortal. All right, so there's more structures to go through, right? You got to get through this fort first. So it is beefier Immortal, but you know there's more structures to go through. So I think CPogX will be able to clear it as long as they don't get picked. If they get picked along the way and stagger, it could be opposite of that, getting a kill on Tyrande. All right.
Man, I don't think she'd be very happy about that one.
No, absolutely not. 20 is coming out, though, for Choking Hazard, but being down, they're not going to be able to push with. And that Immortal actually went down super fast with a 5-man defense from CPogX Fanclub. Excuse me. My goodness. Woo! All that shred.
And the possession from Sylvanas, able to turn around that catapult. So giving them a double catapult in that bottom lane now is going to provide some pressure. Somebody's going to come down and clear that before it becomes any kind of real problem. And it looks like that's going to be lenient.
Does give an opportunity, though, for a 4v4 fight on this top camp, but it is going to get picked up before Choking Hazard has a chance to get there. But they are looking to fight. Out come the mages. Out comes the pulse. There comes the storm. And down goes Malfurion. Counter kill onto Uther. Silver Ripper getting low, trying to back on out while still doing damage. Big stun onto Zool. Eiko going to back on up. All right, so it looks like we're just going to see maybe a 1-for-1 there. Uther, though, coming back to life.
Yeah,
somewhere.
If you're going to lose anybody, Uther's the one you want. And Yrel diving in there, getting the kill onto Li Ming from Sylvanas. But ultimately now, 2 deaths on the side of CPogX Fanclub.
5v3.
Potentially the beginning of the danger zone for them. Well, it's not if they kill the Yrel.
It's true. Getting those trays in a 3v5, hard to do, but is done. I still think that this top fort is in a little bit of danger, as you do have the minion wave coming up behind, and all the CC available on the side of Choking Hazard.
Murden manages to get out with all of 100 health there. If Uther had, I think, Benediction. Actually, maybe he used Benediction. I don't remember. He didn't have a D-Storm, though, of course. And I mean, that's the 3rd or 4th or 5th time now that Choking Hazards has been able to set up that engagement with the Divine Storm, get a kill onto a skifshy target, and keep the momentum going afterwards.
Absolutely. And starting at a rough spot, Choking Hazards seem to be taking control of this game, not structure-wise, but these team fights in the late game. They seem to be really coming online and thriving in that environment. Still waiting for Yrel and Artanis to come back. They will be up soon. Reverse Shred now. For CPog, they're going to do this Shred here. While we're going to see Choking Hazards pick up their Bruiser Camp, try to get some pressure marching down the lane.
And they've got full squad on both sides now.
Oof. Gotta go in, though, if you're going to stop them. Oh, my goodness. Yrel almost knocking them into the Immortal Stun.
Uther does have that Divine Storm back up as well, so could see them looking for one of those low health targets. But this Immortal is almost guaranteed to go to the fan club here. It's
One
only got
orb.
222.
Ooh, oh, here comes Murden.
1 auto attack.
There it is.
Or 1 Storm.
All right, gonna get rooted on Murden. Out comes the Avatar. There's the Divine Storm. Out come the mages. Oh, Murden 100. Oh, owled to death by Tyrande. And here comes the chase onto Noah. Noah getting a great stun. Deagle Dan going down. There's the root on Davala. Running, running, running. Can they catch Malfurion instead? They do. Triple kill while this Immortal is pushing top.
Immortal's got about half of its shielding here, but, you know, if they can keep getting these kills, this turns into game in favor of Choking Hazards. They can easily outrush the Immortal, and they're going to Goomba Stomp Vala right back into the graveyard. And it looks like maybe Choking Hazards has done it. The keep just now falling. That Immortal is not going to make it as the core under 70%.
And it's dropping fast. Wow, okay, so the team fight really outdoing the objective here. Chasing and getting those kills has paid off. And game number 3, it's going to go over to Choking Hazards for the 2-1 GG's.
I gotta say, after, you know, in game 1, it looked very much like the CPogX fan club. They came out of it strong, and it looked like, you know, maybe they were going to find a way to make it a 2-0 series. But Choking Hazards coming back in game 2 on Sky Temple with a 9-minute victory, 7 kills to 6, really pushing back hard, and ultimately taking this victory on game 3 on Battlefield of Eternity. I mean, what a fantastic series.
Reverse sweep? Oh my goodness. And also a very close game, especially with that Immortal being able to just walk on his own, taking out almost that entire top keep. They would have been keepless in the Nexus. Wow. So those late game team fights really working out for Choking Hazard in match number 3. Wow. That was a fantastic set, Arrow.
It absolutely was. And, you know, the difference between the beginning of the game, think about what we talked about in the beginning of the game, right? It was Deagle Dan, Deagle Dan, Deagle Dan. Getting those swaps, putting the Choking Hazards team into dangerous circumstances they didn't want to be in. And at level 10, that turned around, and it was suddenly the I Just Fizzed network, as every single time Divine Storm was up, it led to a kill, which led to another kill. And yeah, sometimes they lost some of their own team members, but it was almost always a favorable trade.
3 hard stuns with Zool, double stun on Uther, and then you get the Benediction, you get another stun in there, and then you get the follow-up from Tyrande. Excellent CC train. Yeah, leading to a lot of kills, and yeah, what a comeback in Game 3. It's just a late game build, I suppose. Well played.
Yeah, they really needed to. I mean, and we talked about it in the mid game there, that Choking Hazards just needed the game to go on long enough, right? They were doing well in those mid game team fights. They got some kills, but they would lose the Immortals, and ultimately they needed those death timers to increase long enough that when they got the kills, that they could turn that into structures.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if maybe we can get Choking Hazard, see if they want to come in for an interview, talk about their gameplay, maybe some of their strategy, maybe some of their strats, I don't know, maybe not reveal too much. But that was great. Tuna B has redeemed Distracting Disco for 1,069 Mother Cluckers. All right, Arrow. This is going to be... Oh, also we have a sound clip, so we'll play that one first. The Long Deckard Cane. Thanks, Taco. Here it is.
Greetings, my friend. Oh, stay a while and... wait. Oh, no. My. Excellent.
Thanks, Deckard. And here is the Distracting Disco. Where are my lights at? Where are my lights at? There we go. Let's see. All right. It looks like we are going to get an interview. Thank you for redeeming your Mother Cluckers for the Distracting Disco Tuna B. I appreciate it. We have a few who want to do it. I'm going to say a max of 2 for the interview. What do you think, Arrow?
I mean, I think that's...
All right. Very good. Well, we will hop on over into the NGS Discord, and I'll see you over there, Arrow. Sound good?
All right, sounds good.
All right. I'm going to put up your co-caster image, if I can find it. Here it is. Boop. You'll see it in a minute. All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I'll see you over in the NGS chat.
On my way.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. Let's go into lobby 2. Oh, did you find me?
Yeah. Discord says that it's not detecting my microphone, but you are, so
I'm
get out of here,
detecting.
Discord.
I'm detecting all of you, Arrow. It's fantastic.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh, it's the best caster overlay.
Oof. All right. Let's see. Yep, it is. That is the picture of Arrow, and we are joined here by Jaylon and Silver Ripper. Jaylon, you are the I Just Fizzed in game. Is that correct?
Yep, that's me.
All right, excellent. I was confused for a minute when the match started, but we got it all sorted. Congratulations to both of you and the rest of your team for winning that series 2-1. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling really good.
Yeah,
we were
feeling
expecting
really
to just get stomped, but surprised we got a win off these guys. It's really good.
So you guys were coming in a little bit. I mean, you guys still have a very strong record before going into this 6-2. CPogX fan club at 8-0. So I guess you guys could be considered the mini underdogs, barely, but still. CPogX fan club, a great team, and you guys managed to pull out the reverse sweep. So that means quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of playoff standings, we were definitely towards the bottom, so this win really helps us.
For sure, especially because they even beat us on our best map too on game 1. Coming back on the second 2 was...
Yeah, that's
Really good.
especially when you lose the first map. Like, what went on in your team discussion about how you guys were gonna go into and approach game 2 after losing the first map?
Well, first off, we had to reset the mental. You know, it's always hard losing the game pretty handily, and these guys are really good. They took it to us game 1. So game 2, we had to mentally reset and think about what we wanted to draft going into it.
And we also agreed on taking the first pick because it gives us gives our team an advantage.
Mixing it up a little bit there. Yeah. It's so. Do you believe as a team that having the first hero pick is much more of an advantage than map preference?
I
Yeah,
would,
we did.
yeah.
Okay.
It's,
I think getting the first like 3 heroes really solidifies like what your comp wants to do. I think.
Excellent. So like it helps your strategy being able to build around the first hero locked in and kind of building the rest of your comp out from there.
Yeah, and there's
Pretty
no
much,
risk of it being banned out in the next ban phase.
Very good. Very good. Okay, cool. Arrow, do you have some questions that you would like to ask to get you in here?
Yeah, so you already mentioned there that after game 1 it was a little bit of a struggle. You get into game 2 and of course you pick the first pick. So you guys went into that bottom lane, you pushed hard, you get that bottom fort. How much, when you guys are starting this game, what was your just, we don't need the whole strategy or anything like that. We don't want to, give away all the secrets. But if there was one line underlined that you guys were making as a point to win this game, what was it? Right? You're down already 1-0. What is the key focus for making sure that you win this game?
I would say at a point we agreed we wanted to run a Bloodlust comp, where we use Bloodlust and we just push as 5 and we take them down. And then you saw it at the very end of that game. We got the Bloodlust and then we sanked, and it saved everyone after the Zeratul Void Prison. And we were able to just end the game off that. So our plan was to have auto-attacking heroes, use Bloodlust, sanked, and then wipe their team, pretty much.
And I do have one question. So, one additional question on that, because you just mentioned it and I brought it up in the cast. Was there any concern about the sanctification with interaction with the Void Prison? It ended up going the exact opposite from what I kind of expected to happen. And was that on purpose?
I believe the opposite, actually. I think Sanct is a great tool to counter Void Prison. But I was a bit surprised because the last fight, I thought it would get canceled actually by a Nubrak, but it still went off. So that guess that worked out in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nubrak
before
was
the
slightly misaligned for where he needed to be for that to happen. And you're correct. Obviously, the sanctification after the Void Prison was absolutely perfect. My original concern was sanctification before the Void Prison turns into a wasted sanctification, right?
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right.
So that's what my concern was, and you did the exact opposite, and you ended up winning the game because of it. So
Exactly.
I just didn't know if there was anything about that was of any concern, or if that was just purely, hey, we got this. This is our plan. Let's make it work.
Yeah. Plus, the material wasn't just for Sanct; it was for the attack speed on 7 too for Raynor.
Mm-hmm.
Really gave
Right,
us
yeah.
the PvE ability, just push down force and stuff. Yeah.
Very good. Well, just some, just some general questions. Since you guys are in Heroic Division, do you have any advice for teams or players who are in lower divisions and they're looking on upping their game? Like, what do you feel is most important, or maybe the top couple things that are most important for a team to work on that really helps them excel?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like if a team is really good at macro, they could beat any team, especially in the lower divisions. If you know what you're supposed to do at different intervals in the game, you could dominate any team. Like, it doesn't even matter what comp you run. You could run pretty much anything as long as you're able to take the camps, take their camps, and get the objective.
Very solid. Very solid. I like it. Anything else of any other little nuggets of wisdom that any other teams from some of the other divisions can take from you guys?
I know for us, communication is a big thing. So like, especially game 3, it's really important that we focus the same target. So our comp is basically just CC one person, focus them before they can react, you know? So I think communication is really key, especially if you want to try to succeed in HOTS.
Timing your abilities and being able to work with each other and so there's not a whole lot of overlapping, especially when it comes to like a CC train or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
one thing I would say that really helps that is before you do something, you say it. So if you're looking for a root on someone, you say who you're looking for a root on in advance before you do it. That way the team knows what you're looking to do.
Absolutely.
Because
Okay.
no one's a mind reader, so you just sort of have to let people know what you're gonna do.
You telegraph the members on your team what you're going to do, that you're looking for it, and then when it happens, their brain has had time to kind of process it and be able to follow up.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, I know I appreciate that, and I'm sure others will appreciate getting that information as well, so thanks for that. Arrow, any other questions that you wanted to toss on in?
You know, there was one other question that was brought up in chat here from Kelsier. So, you know what? You guys are playing Urel. May as well ask. They asked, what do you think of the Urel Q healing? Do you think it is channeled fairly, or does it have its drawbacks?
Like, are you asking if the fact that it has to be channeled is fine?
I read it word for word. It's not my original question. I took it from chat, so that's how I would take it, I guess. Like,
Okay.
do you think that the healing requiring the channel is, I guess, we'll say balanced. I don't think fair is a good way to put it, but balanced.
And in my opinion, Yarrow's designed around having 3 channeled abilities, right? And then her D lets her choose any of them to instant cast. So I think it's fair in a way. Like, you could say it's a little unfair because she could just get an instant heal if she uses her trait to use it, but then it's balanced by the fact that you can't instantly jump or instantly knock somebody back because you're using it for the heal. So I think it's fair.
Well, I think that's a
kind of have to make a choice about what you want to get that extra boost to, and
Exactly.
if you got it to all 3, then yeah, maybe that would be a little bit too OP. But excellent, great points. Let's see. I guess it's still a question from Arrow's book that I really liked. Did you guys have a favorite moment in this matchup tonight on any of the maps? Overall, a favorite that stuck out to you?
I mean, it had to be the game 2 end, right? It was
Yeah.
so close. I think Rainer got one last Q at the end that really, before he died, that just brought the core down to 0. And we were all like screaming and stuff. It was really hilarious.
It was a very hype moment.
Yeah,
It was so close.
Very, very exciting. Very exciting. Arrow and I were on the edge of our seat as well, because we're like, are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? It's going down. It's going down. There's only Rainer left. And yeah, oh my goodness, that was a very exciting moment. I think that was a great pick. All right. Oh, and I did miss it. Thank you very much, Envy Hots, for the subscription with Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So now that you guys have answered some of our serious questions, at least serious from Arrow, I'm going to ask you some silly questions that'll be real quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So my first question is going to be, and this could be for both you guys. Let's say, what would be the worst thing for the government to make illegal?
Oh man.
HOTS, definitely.
Here's the
Has to
storm,
be
yeah.
HOTS.
Excellent. Great. Would you guys still play if Heroes of the Storm was illegal?
Okay, well, no promises, but maybe.
Maybe make a way for it to happen. Okay, very good. All right. I tested some of these out and they didn't go over well, but I'm going to make you guys listen as well. Why did Lucio get fired from the grocery store?
Did he keep taking the beats and the jams?
He kept dropping the beats. Yes.
Oh, my
Excellent. Great
I
answer.
knew
All right. We're going to keep going, see if we can get any more. How did Rexar escape getting ganked?
I don't
No
know,
idea.
actually.
Barely. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. No good. And this last one is even worse. What does Azmodan eat for breakfast?
This one's pretty bad.
Has to be
I'm not positive.
something with cinnamon, right?
Oh, that's even better than what I have.
Oh, okay.
That's
I tried.
great. All right, the answer that I have is Dunkin' Donuts, but cinnamon also really great. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and interviewing. Great games tonight. Do you guys have any shout outs before we let you get on out of here?
I got one. Shout out to Envy Hots. Please like and subscribe.
Definitely.
And other than that, shout out to the rest of our team, Alba and Jack, otherwise known as Aiko.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys for casting. Thanks for the great cast and this league.
My pleasure. I'm sure Arrow. I just loved having Arrow with me, who actually had some great observations. So you're not gonna get much from me, but that's why Arrow's tagging along, so we can at least have somebody who knows what they're talking about. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations to your team, and we look forward to seeing you guys the rest of the season.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Nighty night. All right, Arrow. I'm gonna call you back, boy.
Oh. Well, Weenus, I'm gonna answer.
Oh, he answered. All right, we can get rid of the placeholder because we have in the flesh. Boom! Hey, that's cool. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh no, I can't do it. I can't have multiple buttons up at once. Never mind. Anyways, that was fantastic. Thank you, Arrow, so much for co-casting with me. I really enjoyed having you with me as always, and adding that magic touch. I also happen to have a G2 pilot pen sitting right in front of me too, so I don't know, maybe we're the same person, we're just separated by coast at birth. I don't know.
I mean, it's a weird fascination. I've got a blue one. Actually, I got a whole mug filled with them. A blue one, a black one, and a red one. I don't know. I like them. They're great. I like how they write.
Not sponsored, but maybe soon. We'll see if we can work on that. Dax Hots has a shout out for Valk's mom. I never adjusted the score. I knew I was forgetting something. Shame, Weenus.
I tried to tell you.
Shame. Oh, is that what that message is in Discord?
Yep. Sure is.
You know?
That's not me sending nudes.
Oh, well then I'm
This
not going
time.
to check it this time. Any shout outs from you, Arrow, before we get on out of here tonight? And follow this boy first before he says anything at twitch.tv/ArrowRG. He's got some great casts and some great content. Go check this man out. Woot!
Thanks, Weenus. I appreciate it. Just a couple shout outs. Do want to say to the Regen fam, I know there were a couple of you guys out there in chat. I know Shui was there. Taco recently joined up with the Regen fam as well with his casting services. So appreciate him being part of that. Lily, earlier you mentioned that she followed your channel there, so of course want to shout her out as well. And just everybody out there. I mean, we got Dax and a bunch of other people we mentioned earlier, so really appreciate you guys all stopping by and supporting Weenus and the NGS community at large.
And thanks everybody for hanging out, especially everybody in chat. Thanks for all the fun. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for redeeming your mother cluckers for silly stuff, and all the chatting and everything. I really appreciate it. Makes it more fun. Great for the players as well. So thanks everybody for being here. Find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus, where I will give you no good information, all bad stuff there. If you're here, you already found me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. We'll see you guys around in the Nexus and all that jazz. Thanks for tuning in. I don't think I have anything else. I think we're done.
There is another NGS matchup currently going on over at twitch.tv/MurdaRG. It's a Division B West matchup. Let's see, who is that? It's Feigned Competence versus Phoenix Rising Onyx.
Oh, okay. We will definitely send the raid on over there. That sounds like a good match to get. And love you guys. Thank you so much. We will send you on over there. These were your teams. We will catch you next time. Bye!